video is not intended for children. Viewer discretion is advised.
If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
Greetings, one and all, and welcome to Mornings of Mischief. I'm your host, Stone Loki. Good morning, Adega Outlaw. Good morning, Starry-Eyed Girl. Wait. What the shit?
Welcome back to Skyman.
Honestly, why do I even put locks on the doors anymore?
You cannot put locks on the door when there is a Mexican in the neighborhood. You cannot put locks there that will work.
Greetings, Mexican Iron Man. How are you?
Okay, who missed me the most? I have not been here in over a month, says Senor Loki. Senor Loki said I did not make an appearance in the month of July, so only partial appearance. Who missed me more?
Definitely not Mark. He says, "Oh hell no, my mortal enemy Mexican Iron Man is here."
Oh, Mark, I finished the ketchup. I need to buy you another ketchup and put it in the refrigerator.
And Project Storytime says, "Adios mío."
Hell. Well, I thought I'd stop by the ranch. I was just, strolling by, getting ready to get my day on. Oh, my Starry-Eyed Girl. Hugs and kisses. Well, I've been around in the chat, though, here and there.
Banning people. Throwing people into the void like Mark.
What? I am an innocent victim. I do not know what is going to come out of my mouth at any given time. I am a victim.
Of butt banning.
Can I tell you that I think based upon the news of the last 24 to 4 Captain Trek. Oh, okay, stop. You're making me laugh. Okay. There's some interesting news out, Mr. Demigod.
Really? And I'll tell you what is news though. Pudgy knows Spanish. Donde es muy burrito? That means subscribe to Loki.
No, where's my burrito does not mean subscribe to Loki. Huh?
Pudgy knows Spanish.
All right. Welcome everybody. Good morning. Hope we're gonna have a good show. It's the end of the month. It's the beginning of a new month, and we're entering the second half of the year, and we are fully jumping into summer. Ooh.
Yes,
exciting
we are.
times. I've seen some exciting stuff in the news, brother.
Really?
By the way, Adega, great show last night, man. I was in the chat. I didn't say much, but man, you guys brought a grown man to like tears. Going back and talking about that stuff and real courage and real. Those are the heroes we need. Those are the heroes we need to be, and we just might yet find ourselves back in time 200 years, needing to reassert our all of our amendment rights. So, yeah. But look, I'm kind of encouraged by the last 24 to 48 hours. That's why I wanted to jump on the door and open up the locks and have a chit chat, because I think there's some positive things going on. You hear about what happened with Patreon?
Yes, that is a huge hit for Patreon.
Tell the peoples about Patreon, bro.
So basically, Patreon was facing a lawsuit. People from multiple creators that were thrown off of Patreon,
Over 100.
over 100, filed lawsuit against Patreon. And Patreon changed their rules in January. January 1st, Patreon changed the wording of their contract with their creators to state that if you sue Patreon, you have to pay your court costs. Whereas before that, if you sued or arbitrated with Patreon, from my understanding, they had to pay the court costs up front. And now a judge has decided that no, you can't just change that now and expect that to work that way now. If they left Patreon before January 1st of this year, then the old rules still apply. So if Patreon gets sued by, let's say, 1,000 people, they have to pay a $10,000 upfront court cost for every lawsuit.
And that's just to get going. Basically, they have to cover the arbitration costs or the mediation costs of each and every lawsuit.
Yes.
Which then puts Patreon in the interesting situation, which is that it's interesting because it's rare that you play defense with a corporation and they would almost want to be treated in a class action lawsuit, because no one wants a class action lawsuit when you're a Patreon. But it's almost given what the judge ruled, it would have been better to get a class action lawsuit, because at least you can push all these people back and handle them as one group, you know?
Yep.
And so this is really, really important here. You know, and it's hard with, you know, as I look at some of our favorite creators and look at where they're going and doing, you know, someone's gonna mix. But let's just say this is, and there's a couple other things I want to throw out, you know, with you. Well, let's talk about a couple other things. Did you see the stories in Screen Rant this week? The last 2 or 3 stories, any of them about Disneyland, their economics, any of the stuff?
They are floundering, and word around the campfire is that Bob Iger's head is on the chopping block. They just got him back too. They just got him back in the driver's seat, and they're already talking about axing him, supposedly.
Right. So things might turn around on him. And, you know, when you look at these strategies, you know, these liberal, you know, it's funny listening to some of my currently liberal and former friends, who I can't even talk to about anything, because they now say I'm an ist, I'm racist, because I now have more. By the way, I'm apparently a racist to some of my old Mexican friends I used to hang out with, because I now have more white friends than I used to have Latin friends. By the way, is that some bullshit or what? That happened this month too. I'm so sick of that crap. Anyway, but what's interesting is like what was their strategy, Loki? Their strategy is like, okay, we're gonna make everybody wear masks. I actually think these Democrats want the disease to like come back strong, and I think they like the chaos because they want to make Trump look like a moron.
That's right.
And they think that that's the way that they're going to get, you know, in the White House, and they're going to win the culture wars. That's how they're talking to me out here in California.
That's not just how they're talking. I got a message from Teespring the other day saying, make more masks. Masks are the new norm. Everybody's going to be wearing them from here on out. Make more masks in your store to make more money. I'm not kidding.
Well, had I known that, I never would have fixed my teeth with, you know, I would have never gotten new dentures.
That's right. So if this is the new norm, if things are staying this way forever, it's pretty damn sad.
It's funny you say that. I don't think they're the new norms, because let me tell you something. I live in a really, really nice condo complex, and I'm the only one going out with a mask on. Literally, like of every 10 people, I'm the only one with a mask on. And I'm with you. I think there's, you know, I'm with you and Adega. I mean, you know, who knows if it works or not? I just do it because I just think it's funny. You know, it's almost like, you know, sarcastic type of thing. You know what I mean? To me, I just think it's funny to walk around in a mask. But this is a key thing. So let's just say, everybody, think about this for a second. If this were back, let's go back to our World War II knowledge, right? We had 3 fronts in World War, right? We had a Pacific theater, we had our Eastern European theater, and we had our Western European theater. And we could argue, you know, parts of Africa too, right? So we had 3 major fronts. Well, those 3 fronts now are what? Twitter, Patreon, and YouTube.
Yep.
Agreed?
Agreed.
Those are where the cultural wars are being fought. Now we could try to go somewhere else, like Geeks and Gamers is trying to move everybody to their new website, but it's clickety clackety. Let's be honest. I love the guys, but it's clickety clackety.
Well, everybody's going to have problems their first year when they have a website. No matter how badass you think it is, no matter how good it's coded, you are going to have hiccups your first year. And if you do not have a great team working in the background, fixing the problems you're having, it won't ever get better. So that's what Jeremy needs. Jeremy needs a very, very good team working behind the scenes, working out any hiccups in the website. I had my own website for years. I had a Star Trek website. I had it for years. I kept it open for years. And even after the first year, there were hiccups now and then. But that first year, it was nuts. I was always going into the back end of the website, looking at something went wrong. Someone got put somewhere the wrong place. Something wasn't working right. You couldn't click on something. When you did this, it didn't work. So that first year is absolute insanity. If you have a good team, though, working behind the scenes like I did, it will mellow out and things will become normal. But you have to have a good team working behind the scenes with you.
Now, let's go into a broader compass. Who's leaving YouTube? Who's leaving YouTube this month? At the end of this month? Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
August. I believe August is his last month on YouTube.
That's insane. Absolutely.
Joe Rogan is rolling out. Right? And where's he going? Spotify, bro.
Spotify.
Okay. By the way, I want to say NB Geeks that suck. Translate that means like we don't give them anything, we take everything. We say yes to none of their shit, and we stand a firm no to all of their crap. All right, and then on Twitter, you have people coming and going like the quartering and all that, and people constantly saying Twitter's a cesspool. It's just an absolute cesspool for fake news. And so I think, you're going to look at the credibility of that going away. I've been off Facebook for I don't even know how long I've been off of Facebook. I just, I don't even know how long I've been off of it. It just is absolutely, but that definitely is not the platform for the kind of stuff that we want to do, in terms of fighting this culture war. So I think what we have to see is that we have basically, I think the war is turning, brother.
Yeah.
I think the war is turning too. I think the war is turning because, if YouTube actually loses, for all their bitching and complaining, for all the shit that they let people do to doomcock and all this other stuff, the fact of the matter is that let's just say as a group, if at some point all of the fandom minutes rolls off of just YouTube, they're going to feel that hit because you've got a composite group of at least 2 million subs. Maybe there's a lot of overlap, but there's a lot of us watching a lot of videos all the time.
Yeah, all the time. And all that.
I'm logging in my Facebook, doing so much garbage. And so the thing is, so you've got that happening. So I think we have to keep up the war there. Then at the same time, we have to simultaneously realize that economically, these guys can't fight this war any longer. They thought they could go forever. They couldn't.
No, they couldn't.
Can't. They truly can't. And now by simultaneously letting these freaking leftist weirdos run amok in the streets where they don't give a shit about any lives mattering and creating all this damage. Now you've created this dynamic where the stronghold, the entire left coast, no one wants to go out. No one wants to go to any downtown because you don't know. I mean, literally, what are you going to do? Drive your car and wonder if someone's going to jump in front, try to, fake run you over?
Yep.
Tim Pool's got the best videos on this.
Well, stuff. I heard today that and I heard this from Bird of Prey 5. If you're out there, brother, Kapla, that they are shutting down drive-in movie theaters in New York.
Really? Why is that?
Social distancing.
That's funny. See what their whole this is the big gamble, and I'm with Tim Pool completely. I'm completely. It's so funny. Tim Pool used to be the guy on the left, and the Shapiro was the guy on the right in terms of the new young millennials, right?
Yeah.
Motherfucking contraire with Tim Pool nowadays, but here's the big bet these weirdos are doing. These weirdos are now look at the situation they put themselves into. They can't get any of their woke media out right now.
Nope.
Especially because AMC will just turn on them because they're vengeful. right? So none of the woke movies can come out. So the host there, their resources are laying thin, right? Because they don't have the capital reserves, and they're having to borrow money left and right. And there's only so much money you can borrow before you borrow into oblivion, even if you're Disney.
And good morning, Lady Gravemaster.
Lady Gravemaster, we were just
morning,
talking about
Trey.
you.
Yeah,
we think we're going to start doing the grave report economically. Good morning.
I would love that if she would be in for that, the grave report.
Yeah, we'll recruit her. That's what we need to do. So you simultaneously, so you shut down their outlets, and then this beautiful strategy they had of let's make America look like chaos and set on fire, and Trump look like the stormtrooper Darth Vader, and yada yada yada. Come on, we're going to win the election come this fall. I disagree. I think Tim Pool is completely right. There is a silent majority of people that just aren't saying shit, that are pissed off, and that are just sitting there, can't wait to vote. I'm one of them, because I'm going to tell you this much. Ooh, Baby Yoda's there.
Baby Yoda's here from the Mandalorian Show. Baby Yoda, we have your regular table ready and a frog smoothie set and prepared for you.
Vito, go get Baby Yoda. Go, Vito. Sorry, I want Vito to welcome Baby Yoda properly. Anyway, so you look at this beautiful strategy they have, and I think it's just going to backfire. Because I'll tell you this: when Trump was running the last time, I could not have named 20 people that I knew, maybe 10. I could have come up with a list of 20 people that I knew that were voting for Trump last time around. All right, I mean, I didn't. I mean, I voted for him, but I'm just saying besides me. Okay, now this time around, I can't come up with a list of 5 people that I know that aren't voting for him.
Yeah,
I mean, literally. I mean, people are turning left and right, and I'm talking like lesbians, bisexuals, literally. Like people that are formerly left. So I think what's going to be more interesting is that if they could handle losing in 16, or I dare say when they lose in 20, this coming year, dude, they're going to have a thermonuclear internal meltdown. It's going to be like the Raiders. Remember the Raiders lost Stark when everybody just melted?
Yep.
It's going to be like that. They're just going to melt. That's what I think. That's my theory.
Oh, yeah. They'll go thermonuclear and just melt. And Thomas Potts says in PA, our drive-ins were shut down when the closings first started. They are open now, but with limited capacity. Limited capacity at a drive-in. Limited capacity in a drive-in.
Really?
And I'll tell you something that's happening here, guys. Up on the mountain, up on Asgard, where Loki lives, everything's open. You can walk in anywhere. You don't have to wear a mask. You can walk in. You can buy a soda pop. You can go grocery shopping. And just down the mountain, everything's open. But if you go into town, like town, you can't walk into a donut shop without a mask. You can't go through their drive-thru without a mask. You can't do anything without a mask. But everywhere else around that, they don't care. Doesn't matter. And Matthew Birkeland says it will be a close election. They will do so much voter fraud. It isn't even funny.
Who's the one that someone said something like it's going to look like a Sunday church service? I saw that quote somewhere from somebody. Who wrote that? That was pretty funny.
That would be MB Geek. 2020 is going to make 2016 look like a Sunday service when Trump wins.
I don't think it's a question of I'm going to say some heretical stuff. God forbid Biden gets elected. How's he? That boy can barely get out of like a hotel, walking straight through the front door. How's he going to get this country out of wherever we're at?
Well, have you seen all the ads on YouTube?
Dude, they're awful.
It's awful. I would like to come to you today. And I'm like, that's the best cut you got on an ad for a guy running for president.
Dude, it's awful.
He's asking for support and he's constantly repeating himself. And that's the best you could do on a filmed ad.
You want to hear something funny? You know what Star Trek episode it reminded me of? It reminded me of that episode where they have the guy, it's like Germany, and they have him propped up like he's still Fuhrer, but he's not.
Yep. Well, you know what else it reminded me of?
Up. Remember that episode of Star Trek? Who in the chat remembers that episode of Star Trek? Can you remember the name of it?
Well, I remember the one on TNG where Geordi gets captured by those aliens, and they're like, "We are not strong. You will make us strong." Make us strong. Make us go. Make us go. Yeah. Yeah, buddy.
You know, it's tough. I mean, it's tough. I'm not saying Trump is probably the greatest leader this country's ever had, which we can't. I mean, come on, let's be. Any of us in the chat has to realize Trump is not the greatest leader we've ever had, especially if you listen to Adega and Loki covering, the founders of this country. He is not the greatest leader we've ever had. However, I'm going to tell you this much, and this is from inside the finance, inside the banking, the SBA stuff, the stuff they're trying to do in terms of giving people, another $1,200, $1,800. I got to tell you this much: he's trying. He is absolutely trying. And this country, if he hadn't done the stuff that what we really need to do, which is his best idea, is we need to slice that damn payroll tax.
Yeah.
I mean, because the funny thing about this is that if what's happened in this country is that there's a lot of stuff that doesn't happen. But what used to happen is corporations used to fund this country, and over the last 70 years, without any of y'all knowing it or realizing it, this country decided that the working men and women of this country were going to pay for this fucking country. And that's why corporations pay no income tax, and you guys get anywhere from 22 to 38% of taxes taken out of every dollar you make, whether you make 40 grand a year or you make 240 grand a year. The working class person pays for it. That's why Jeff Bezos, when he wants to open up a big shop, he doesn't pay income tax because he's going to create all these jobs, and they're going to take the payroll tax dollars. What's payroll tax? Well, it's FICA, food, and and other stuff. It's Social Security, it's Medicare, and it contributes on any given in any given class up to 62% of the budget of the operating budget. So my point in all this is to say that in reality we could in reality we could time out. A Noonie Moose just tipped $1. Here we go.
You ready, brother?
Let's do this.
All right, go.
There it is! You confused? Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
And Anonymous says the biggest problem with the world and social media today is they need more Mexican Iron Man, even if he never shuts up. Love you, sexy Mexi.
That's the best backhanded compliment I've gotten, I think, ever.
And I wanted to come back to this. LDG asks, hey, heard about Patreon. Why are people suing them in the first place? Because they took down creators that stood up and said, this is how it is. They pandered. They kneeled to social justice warriors.
Let me be more specific for you. Hold on. Come on, bro. Let's be transparent. Because the people in the chat know. What did they just do to you?
They just put me under review because someone made a complaint.
Right. So what did that mean? That means all of us. Now, let's say all of us who are, in Patreon, you can donate flat dollar amounts. You can buy. They link you to buy stuff and all that. But you can buy every month on the 1st. We can donate to Loki's channel on Patreon. What they did is they sent him a notice a week ago that they were going to hold his money. So they're going to hit our credit cards, but they're going to keep those credit card dollars, and they're not going to send it to Stone Loki because his content of what he does, both in YouTube as well as with Patreon, was being reviewed
to make sure I wasn't doing any no-nos,
to making sure that he's not doing any, so that he says that he's speaking the good speak in the boo. That's Stone Loki. You're speaking the good speak.
And I am currently looking for alternatives. I'm going through different.
Now you were approved, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure if that's the one I want to do. That's our backup right now. So now I'm shopping. I got an emergency backup, but the point is, and now I'm shopping.
But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, you take a guy, and what is Loki? So Loki's been up front. He's doing this full time. And frankly, if it wasn't for the super chats, and if it wasn't for the merchandise that you guys buy, and if it wasn't for those of us that pay the monthly $5 worth, it all adds up. Then he would
Project Storytime. I was cleared.
He is cleared. But I'm saying a week ago they put him on ice. Now he's cleared. But the point is you take people like this, and that's their livelihood. What if he hadn't been cleared? He was cleared, but what if he hadn't been cleared? And there's a lot of people that weren't cleared, and they just basically said they weren't going to review them. That they just took them down. They just started blocking content, and they just took them down. So, for example, sometimes through Patreon, you'll get a little notice that says, "Hey, I've got a new thing on YouTube. Go check it out." Blah 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 blah. And so they really hurt a lot of people. Anyways, let me finish my last point, and then we'll go on to another point. My last point was that take a corporation like Apple doesn't pay any income tax, but let's just say it did pay. Here's a random number: $1 billion of the $8 billion in taxes. You know how many employees you need to add up to get to $1 billion in income tax? A shitload. And right. Let's just say someone in the chat makes 65 grand a year, and let's just say 25 grand a year is going to taxes. How many people at 25 grand a year does it take to get to $1 billion? And by the way, people argue that Apple this year should have paid 12 billion in taxes. My point is that there's plenty of money out there for us to float this economy. And it is not true that the trickle-down economics of the Republican Party does not exist. And I'm a Republican. Corporations do not take their profits and create jobs. In fact, the last thing anyone who has a company, who's an owner, who's a stockholder wants to do is hire people. That is the last thing anybody with a corporation wants to do because it's their biggest expense, and they'd rather take the profits and go buy a yacht or buy some more stock.
And speaking of profits, the Stars of Nord just tipped $20. Thank you so very much, Stars of Nord. And skull!
There it is. Take your hat off, boy. That's a dollar bill.
And the Stars of Nord says, donuts on me, avoid Krispy Kreme.
Yeah,
Thank
brother.
you.
Yes.
Thank you,
finish off
Stars of Nord.
That's awesome. And the last point being the payroll tax. Why is the payroll tax such a great idea? Well, the Democrats hate it because the Democrats will protect special benefit programs left and right. They hate privatized retirement, Social Security, it's Medicare. But think about this. If everybody in this chat, think about all of you that still have jobs and are getting paychecks. Let's just say since the beginning of the year till now that none of your taxes were taken out. What kind of impact would that make in your life? Give me a 1 if it would be significant, a 0 if it wouldn't matter. But in the chat, but think about it. Look at your last paycheck and say, instead of what I take home, what if what the top number on the top of the check, the gross number, was what you took home? And see, the reason why Trump and his economic advisors are so smart about this is simple. Because these are taxes that haven't been taken yet. All they're doing is saying, hey, the corporations are paying you. Let them deduct it, and you keep your money, American citizen. And so, as far as Social Security and Medicare, screw that shit. Screw that shit. What does that have to do with putting food on the table today? But the Democrats want to drag them back into negotiation to try to get some of their special benefits programs along with when Trump does, because Trump is very simple. He understands this. It's about keeping people money in hand so they can go spend it. And the easiest thing to do, which is the most brilliant thing to do a payroll tax. Imagine if you guys, since March and the rest of the year, had no taxes taken out. None. You wouldn't even need a stimulus plan.
Nope.
No, because you'd be taking, and it's your money. By the way, these taxes they take out of your check. I mean, the starry-eyed girl, Mike the Mexican, I'm Mexican Iron Man, MB Geeks. I mean, do we really like, do we need all those taxes taken out now, or in 20 or 30 years from now when we may or may not be dead, and may or may not need the retirement?
Starry, that just happens to be the place that I went the other night that said company policy. It's not even city policy. Yeah, even in the drive-thru.
Yep. Psychodorf 9, I want half of what I paid to Social Security. Yep.
Yeah.
I love our chat. We have the smart, whether it's actually, we have the smartest chat of any chat that I ever am in, ever. Whether it's 10 people, 20 people, 50 people, we have the best chat of any group, period.
We do. I absolutely love my morning chat. I have since day one. We have wonderful people here. Absolutely wonderful people.
So I'm highly optimistic about the future. I think we're starting to have them on the run, bro.
We do. Listen, what happened with Patreon? Someone, I think it was LDG, says what exactly happened with Patreon earlier. They took a knee. They bent the knee, and they bent the knee to SJWs. They bent the knee to pandering. They bent the knee to all of this crap we are seeing left and right in our movies and our entertainment, just like Dynomite did. Just like it's exactly like what Dynomite did with Cecil. And I want to tell you, I brought this up very, very, just a tiny bit of this. What Tom King did in the last couple of days, going after people and then having to apologize.
And lying about it and getting caught, by the way.
And lying about it and getting caught.
People I talked to that Asian dude. He and I are really cool. Yeah, we're really cool.
Yeah. Exactly. And when we talk about the best person for the job, that's not the way it is right now. It's not the best person for the job. They are filling check mark boxes. That's all they're doing. And then these people want to bitch, moan, and whine that they have to move on to a different job in a year. They have to move on to a different company in a year. You got hired to fill a box. That's all you got hired for. You did not get hired because you were the best at the job. You didn't get hired because you inspired someone. You didn't get hired because you worked hard. You got hired to check a box. That is all you got hired for. They used you and you reveled in it. They used you to look better, to have their company look better, and you laughed and danced, and now you're out looking for another job. It's your own damn fault. It's the company's fault and your own damn fault that you laughed and danced and said it's going to be our way now. This is ours now, and now you're out looking for another job. Look what Gail Simone's doing. You got hired to check a box. That's what you got hired for. You didn't get hired because of your talent. You didn't get hired because you worked hard. You got hired to check a fucking box. So don't go bitching, whining, and moaning when you don't have shit.
I'm a huge believer in or opponent to affirmative action and reverse racism, because it happens all the time to my white brothers and sisters. But I did think it was funny. I did point this out to my entertainment buddies last week. I like if minorities and people of color are so important. Here's one. How come there's 126 people that were nominated one way or the other for Emmy shit? Only one of them got a nomination. She's this girl from, like, I think fucking Venezuela. She's not even Mexican. I'm not, I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm not about that diversity bullshit or give someone an award just for the fuck of it. But I'm just saying, where's the outrage there? You know, a lot of times I make joke. A lot of times I'll also make this joke like brown lives don't matter, because they don't. They really don't. I mean, brown lives don't matter in the case of like making a case for or against racism. You know, we're just like, this invisible people. That's why I laugh about it when someone says there's institutional racism. The only place there might be any kind of institutional racism, this comes from my own stepdad, is maybe in certain police forces where they could do a little bit more diversity training, where you have kind of community relations issues. But even then, who's to say it's about racism? It's more about training. It's more about, managing, like, the escalation of, of a fight. And we know that from this shit. A guy can bump into you at the club the wrong way, black, white, or brown. He's a dude that bumped into you the wrong way. Doesn't mean we're racist, right?
That's right.
Oh, Alonzo, what's up, dude? Anyways, I think it's just absolutely awful. Yeah. Yep. But I'm hopeful. I gotta tell you, I'm hopeful. It's also too, these leaks that Jeremy and Doomcock and others are getting, that's also not a good sign too, because if you're in a happy company where you've got your people and your stuff together, there are no leaks on a loyal ship, right?
That's right.
When you're at war, there are no leaks on a loyal ship. And if people on your ship are giving leaks, and that tells you that they're more about, what was that story that you and Adega talked about? It was back in the origins of this country. There was a black guy who was working for, I believe, one of the generals. God, I can't remember. I can remember the story. And every night he would go back and advise the colonials, what was really happening, what movements were that they were talking about in the battle room.
That was the guy who worked for George Washington. And he was going to George Washington telling him, this is the route the Reds are going to take. This is the time they will be there. This is when they are leaving. Yeah. This is when they'll start marching. This is where they're going. This is where they're going to stop for tea. Yeah.
Yeah, and what I'm hoping by the end of the year, we'll have some more direct channels to all these idiots, and those of us, those of us that have just been pissed off can start, articulating our views to these people, more directly, because they will realize that they have to listen to us. At the end of the day, board members of the boards of directors will have. Oh yeah, Lady Gravemaster, I'm dying. This is, by the way, this is earnings season. The reason why I was talking to Loki about getting Gravemaster on and maybe doing a grave report is we're now in what's called earnings season, where all the companies, have to drop their numbers, and when they do that, there's a report that they have to file. That's a public disclosure. So regardless of what these morons say on their conference calls to make the life look better, they can't. They're not supposed to fudge the numbers. I'm also dying to see what's an update on their on their case. They had a whistleblower that was. Did you hear about that case with the whistleblower that they were faking sales numbers?
Yep, and
they
were using gift cards. They were treating gift card giveaways, giving gift cards to people like actual sales. Yes,
exactly. Hey, can you hold on a second? Someone's at the front door here in Valhalla. They might be looking for. I'll be right back. Give me 1 minute. Hold on.
Okay. And great point. Project story time. That is a great point. We need to have term limits for such a long time. We need to end being a politician as a career. That's right. And guys, I threw it out in chat, but to Cobalt and Pudgy and anyone else that would like to send anything to me, send it to Stone Loki at P.O. Box 1224, Hollister, Missouri 65673. That is my P.O. Box. If you'd like to send me anything, by all means, you can send it there and I will get it. And yeah, funky accounting. Yes. Taco delivery. Yes. Indeed. It will be very interesting to see exactly what they are going to do when they have to show the numbers. They can't spin it. And that's exactly what Lori Roberts says right there. Disney has no spin left. They can't. I saw it, dude. I saw it, Jesse. Brother, I saw it, and I completely agree with you. The time of I've had this seat for the last 30, 40 years, and I'm giving it to my son needs to change. That shit needs to end. The end of the career politician. And honestly, I don't care what side that's on. I don't give a shit what side that's on. It needs to end. One of the reasons why we have the president that we do right now, whether you like him or you don't like him, it doesn't matter to me, is that he is not a career politician. The age of the career politician has to end. Doesn't matter what side of the fence you're on. It doesn't matter who you support. The idea of having a job in Congress, in the Senate, any of that for life needs to end. So many terms, that's it. Move on. This whole thing of jumping around or sitting in your seat for your entire life, nothing is ever going to change that way. Nothing. Have y'all ever heard of a power vacuum? Well, that is exactly what needs to happen. You take out all the career politicians and tell them you can only run so many terms. That vacuum is filled by everyday people. That's what has to happen. That is what has to happen. Those roles being filled, because you know what? You get hardworking people in those roles, shit is going to change. Why that? And I've said it. I said it on another show, and I'm just going to say it here. If we all got up and walked to Washington and said, I want to see the books, I want to see the numbers, it would scare the living shit out of them. Because no one pays $20,000 for a toilet seat.
Absolutely. Colin P, listen, positive, what do they call it? Positive discrimination. I remember that from years ago. God, I can't believe we used to stomach that crap. Ugh, was that awful? Hey, look, yeah, I got kind of weird situation here. Did I tell you I had a younger cousin of mine? He's a millennial, and he's kind of in between spots, and he kind of needs a place to hang out. I was hoping he could just crash on the sofa in my room in Valhalla for a couple weeks till maybe gets a job or
Yeah. Are we talking about Brown Lantern?
yeah. His name's Jose Luis. He was formerly or is still a Brown Lantern. Now, people may not know about the Brown Lantern Corps. But the other corps were much more. The Brown Lantern Corps were kind of how do I say? Kind of in charge of shipping, porta potties, events, kind of like the unsold heroes behind the scenes. You remember when we used to go to Betas and Antares, Loki, and like there was that awesome truck stop that had the burgers. On the right side, you could dock your spaceship there. Yeah. The Brown Lanterns used to run that too. Yeah. Yeah,
cool place to hang out.
Yeah, so the Brown Lanterns again, mostly Mexican folks, and then then there was this huge war of the lanterns, and all the lanterns got wiped out, right? And so all the Brown Lanterns just ran for the hills.
Look what Lori said.
The Brown Lanterns just ran for. So this is Jose Luis. He's a millennial. He could be Jose. Jose, say hello to the group. Hello, everybody. Hi, I'm Brown Lantern. All right, so he's a millennial, so we know what that means. We're not working with a whole lot of clay here. But hey, Jose Luis, here's the rules to join. All right, look, anything that's self-powered, don't touch. It doesn't need a battery recharger. Don't touch anything that's self-powered. It's probably, but any chick that you see walking around her, don't talk to them. No chick. You can't talk to any of the chicks around here, no matter what age, because they probably belong to Loki anyways, or someone else here. You can't hit on any girls here. What are some other rules we got to say? Oh! If you need something to eat, you can only go in the cooler on the left, the one right there where it says "Deliver tacos here." You can go in that cooler. That one. Which one? No, that one. No, not that one. The one on the left side. Okay, don't lock yourself inside, moron. All right. Anyway, so Jose Luis, he's a Brown Lantern, so we're just kind of taking him in for a little bit, and see how things go, and Mark right now is working on an origin story for our little boy Brown Lantern here. He's a good kid. Hey, come here. Wait, one more rule. Couple more rules. Come here. Okay. If anyone in the chat asks anything, you do it. Anyone in the chat. If someone calls or rings the doorbell named Lori Roberts, run. Okay. If someone named Lori Roberts shows up with a bunch of guys and they're wearing T-shirts that say ICE, they are not here to set up for the barbecue outside. No, they are not here to deliver ICE for them. Run. Which way do I run, Mike? You run whichever way you can. Which way? That way? You run whichever way Lori Roberts is not coming for you.
Does Brown Lantern have to speak an oath when he recharges his ring?
I think he does have an oath. Hey, Brown Lantern. Bro. He's in the freezer. Here, let me go get him. I'll be right back. Hold on 1 second.
All right. Okay, good morning, Chris Persia. Good morning, Mike Alonzo. Yes, he does. And I love that, Lady Gravemaster. Oh, that hurts, Iron Man. Thankfully, since identifying is all the rage right now, I identify as Gen Y, not a millennial. I barely got in under the wire on Gen X. So I just made it. And Heiress of Chaos says, hell yeah, fellow Millen Gen Wire, Lady Gravemaster. Oh, shit. Get him, Lori. Yeah. Speaker for the dead. You go get him, Lori. Get him, Lori. Oh, shit. Starry-eyed girl, technically classified. We're all people. That's the deal. We are all people. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Got M? Yeah. Guys, could you come up with a oath for the Brown Lantern? By tacos ever giving life? I don't know. By guacamole's greenness bright. Psycho Dwarf 9 says, where I work, I'm the lowest paid guy there, but management is kind of kissing my ass, so I don't quit. Hey, you know what, man? You know what? You can have a job. I'm going to tell you this. You can have a job. I had a job for a long time that didn't pay very well, but I really enjoyed my work. And I was appreciated. And that goes a long way. When you enjoy what you're doing and your work is appreciated, you don't have to make $100,000 a year. You don't even have to make $50,000 a year. As long as you're appreciated for the work you do and you enjoy the job, you don't have to get paid a whole shitload of money. I really don't think that a lot of people over there understand that. I don't think they understand that. I don't think they get it. I really don't.
All right, drag this kid back over here. He says he only knows it in Spanish. I told him to work on a better one. So anyone in the chat, if you want to come up with a little, a recharger, thing for him to say, you can do it and all that. But I got to tell you guys, members of the Brown Lantern Corps, they don't so much as have a, how do I say it? They don't so much as have a powerful brown lantern as they kind of have a, how do I describe it? Kind of an old rusty flashlight with one rechargeable battery.
And I tell you what, guys, you know what? Anyone attached to the Discord, if you want to create an oath for Brown Lantern, me and Mike will look over whatever oath you create, and the best one will get. I will send you something.
How about we send him a sweatshirt on Mexican Iron Man's tab?
Well, there you go. We will send you a sweatshirt.
A premium sweatshirt on my tab.
Premium sweatshirt on Mexican Iron Man's tab out of the Loki store. That will make it a contest. We will make it a contest.
I mean, last time I saw him power up, I think he was using a hot pot of refried beans, and I don't know. It gave him enough energy to set up the porta potties for an event, but I don't know.
We'll give you what, to the end of next month?
Yeah, whatever. Sure.
Okay.
All right. Well, I got him cleaning out the freezer right now, so I got him doing some chores and stuff. So he's back there cleaning some chores. So his name is Jose. So everybody be nice to Jose, and let's see if we can drag this millennial, into manhood.
Have him stand with us in the shield wall.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Because if not, I told him I was gonna. If not, I told him I was gonna introduce him to my favorite gal, Lori Roberts. Woo! Oh. Lori Roberts with her export company.
Hey, hold on. We've got a nice one here. Hold on. I'm looking for part 1. When the world around has turned to shit, we are the people to clean it up. With shovel and pick, we clean it up to keep you all from getting sick. This oath we take to keep you safe. Brown Lanterns burn or asses rafe. That's good, Lady Q. Hell yeah. Hey. I like that.
The people are inspired. The people are inspired. I love it. Yeah. So, and then we got to show them pictures of a little Mexican Chihuahua dog that we got. We have a new dog, And then how's the burrito? How's my boy Taco the Burro? We need some updates on him. Well, it's almost that time. We have 12 minutes. What do you want to do with the last 12 minutes? What do you want to talk about, bro? I think we've got these mother effers on the run, bro. I really do. I think the tide is changing.
I am looking for Mark's oath. Mark said he put the oath in chat.
He did?
Picking tortillas in the day, drinking cervezas by night. No taco, burrito, or mamacita shall escape my sight. Beware of my machismo, Brown Lantern's light. That is good, Mark.
We may have a winner there.
Holy shit! You and Lady Q's are both kicking ass.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I think first and second.
Son of a bitch! Yes.
We're gonna make Jose memorize it and say it on film when he gets back.
Yes. That is
little Jose Luis drinking. That's pretty much on point. And we may have to throw a running from Lori Roberts by night.
Robert Pearson, we may be brown and not bright green like the oldest guac you've ever seen, but we fight for truth at night and by day to spread the word of the Mexican way. I like it, Rob. Holy shit, guys, that is kick ass.
Oh man, we have so much more fun than these SJWs do on their chats.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Ouch! I just hit the microphone in my head.
So much toxic isms in this episode.
Oh, Chefzilla.
Oh,
Man,
shit.
Chefzilla sent me a link to all the old Sesame Street Chef episodes.
Oh,
my
goody, 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 goody,
God.
goody, 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 goody. Oh, goody, 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 goody.
Oh my goodness gracious. La Reina Creole. Yep, Brown Lantern. Yep. Not one of the most well-known, lantern corps, but very important from a, from a community standpoint. We miss them now. I mean, we don't have as many rest stops, in the galaxy. You know what I mean? It's tough without the Brown Lantern Corps. You're not as many fast food joints. A lot of things.
Why is the guac old from Brogan Entertainment? I don't know. Brown guac. Ugh.
Ugh.
No.
Yeah.
No, dude, I tell you what, it's so hard to get Mexican food up here. It really is up on the mountain. I went into town, and I'm gonna tell you something. I saw this. It was a taco salad, but dude, the meat looked like they opened a can of dog food and just shook it out on top of the taco salad, and it didn't even look like the meat was cooked.
They have that now. They now have that. It's because of popularity. They now have what's called canned. They have that now. They do that canned taco meat. I just had some with nachos. I tried to make. It was gross. It was disgusting.
Oh, yeah, nasty.
It was disgusting.
Absolutely nasty. No.
Can I just tell you? I love that you still say pop. When you say soda, you say pop.
I don't say pop.
Or you say soda. You said something like
soda. I said soda. I didn't say pop. That's my pops. That's what. Hey, hand me a soda pop. Loki, all right, you want a soda pop, Dad? Start shaking it. There you go. You son of a...
So mean.
Well, dude, we would be on vacation and we'd have Coke, but we never had a cooler. We never had a cooler. He never sprung for a cooler. So he was like, hey, Loki, hand me a soda pop. I'm like, oh, you want a soda pop, Dad? Hey, you know what? We got hot soda pop. Hey, Pops, why don't you throw it on the engine block? See if you can get any hotter.
You know what we used to do to our pledges in the fraternity house? So we take, you know what Old English 800 is?
Yeah.
The tall tins.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So you take a case of Old English 800, and we run it through the Hobart machine, which is a dishwasher machine. Instead of glassware, we take 24 of them, put it in the glass thing upside down, and run them through the Hobart. The Hobart basically was like 420 degrees of blasting water, steaming heat to get the glasses clean. And so the Old English 800s would come out on fire, like hot coffee, and then make them shoot them like in one, pop them and shoot them in one sitting.
Mark Tired says plenty of Mexican restaurants here, some damn fine ones as well. Street tacos are the bomb. You just got to make sure you get them by that van down by the river. That is one of the officially licensed fans of Mexican Iron Man's taco stand. Oh, by the way, we now have a new. I don't know if you guys have seen. If you watch Midnight's Edge after dark, Tom's been doing a radio show, right? Yep. So when I do chats for him, I'll do stuff like this. This hour of Midnight's Edge After Dark, sponsored by Mexican Iron Man Lowrider Kits, now available in every color and every size, including Tesla and Geo Metro. And Shockwave, there's like 20 different accents all wrote into one that go with the way I talk. So I grew up. You lived everywhere. I lived everywhere when I was a kid because I was a Navy brat. So because the Navy, I mean, you lived in so many parts of the country. That's why you know. Even outside of the country. Oh. Calm down, tell your tall tales. Calm down. We don't need to know about your international excavations or conquests. You know what I mean? Oh, here you go. Here's one for you, Mexican Iron Man, from Lady Q. A chafe. What's a chafe? I don't know what that word means. Got me on that one. Well, you know all languages. You're Mexican Iron Man. No, I'm not.
Puis-je avoir une bouteille d'eau, s'il vous plaît? Bonsoir.
Enchanté.
All right, so here's what we're going to do now. We're going to divide. How many subs do you have, by the way?
522.
Okay, we need to get to 1,000. So I am here. How many are in this chat right now? 30? 20? How many are in here?
45.
Ooh, that's a good day. We got 45. That's a good day. All right, everybody. We got 45 people. I'd like to ask everybody to identify up to five people that we can all contribute and invite into this channel. And if there's anything that we can do for you that you might like come in and do a show with Loki, sponsor your channel, anything that you're doing that you want to promote, anything like that, we'd love to do it. I mean, I think it'd be great, Hoot, if we could help Loki get to 1,000. He's a good guy. Lord knows we have the greatest people in this chat, and I think we should really look at inviting other people into this kind of group we have, because the more of us, the better. I can tell you, and I tell you, it's like I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come up with this chat. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love being at Echo Base Network. I love the stuff that do with Nick and Coach and the Star Trek or Star Wars stuff that we do there. I mean, I love hanging out with Cook, the streams and helping him with all the stuff we do, and being a spy and all that stuff. But this is different. This is more like it's kind of like more home. Get to put the hair hair rollers down and be comfy and all this stuff. And talk about anything. Learn a lot. I've learned a lot. From the different people, whether it's Lady Gravemaster or Dega. And some of the funny and knowledgeable stuff that I didn't even know. Like I thought I know my track or my sci-fi. Then you get like Captain Trek on there or Dave Bob or gosh anybody. Any of the people that you hold. Look at the Dead. He's very Cyclone 9. Bird of Prey. All those guys. I've learned a lot being at this chat. And I'm definitely more knowledgeable for it. I think I'm a better fan for it. And really appreciate that. I really appreciate what you've done, the space that you've created in this Eras of Chaos. Mexican Iron Man, are you asking me to go out and make no friends? Hold on here now. Wait. Yes, we need more female friends. No, no, this isn't a pyramid scheme. I'm just saying let's invite more people to the barbecue, to our virtual barbecue. I think it's a fun group, and I think we need to invite more people to our little barbecue here. That's all. Humbly. If I could,
Cobalt and Pudgy, I would watch the shit out of that. If you had a set and some puppets and did a Pudgy show, I would watch the hell out of that, brother. Dan from the Spacebook, good guy. He is. I've talked with him a couple of times, Starry. Dan is a really good guy. Colin P. Smith, I'd actually be interested to see how many of the chat are from this side of the pond or indeed anywhere else outside of the U.S. I think the last time I checked, it was 29%. Colin
outside?
P. Smith. Outside the U.S., yes. On his side of the pond. 29%. I have 29% viewership outside of the U.S. on that side of the pond. I think I even got a couple of people in India that watch. Mike?
I'm here. I was just reading some of the chats. I was getting caught up on my chat reading. Sorry about that. I was reading some of the chats. Little did we all know, Mexican Iron Man is actually a middle-aged woman on Facebook trying to get you to buy crappy things you don't need. What the hell? Eris, what the hell is that? What? What am I trying to get you to buy that you don't need? What? Oh, iron thongs? Okay.
Iron thongs.
Well, yeah. Well, you never know when you're going to need one. You know what I mean? You never know. You never know when you're not going to need one.
Lady Gravemaster says, have you seen the I Respect Women video going around the Twitterverse? It's
what is that? Ooh, let's watch it real quick.
Let's see. I'll see if I can.
Let's watch it. Let's all watch it in a group. Who's seen this one? I haven't seen this. I Respect Women. I'm every woman.
I will have to find it.
I Respect Women going around the Twitterverse. It should be easy.
Oh, she shared it. Thank you, Lady Gravemaster.
Rockstar.
All right. Well, let's share. Give me just a second, guys. Give me just a second.
Turn on the sound.
Of course, I didn't click the right button. All right.
Yeah, turn on the sound when you share the
There we go.
screen.
All right.
I respect women.
I respect women.
I respect women.
I respect women.
I respect
I
women.
respect women.
I respect women.
I respect women.
I bet you do.
I respect women.
Woman.
I respect women.
Woman.
Women.
I respect 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 women.
Oh my God, let's try them early before they turn 18.
I
Dude.
respect women.
Wow.
Respect women.
You know what they're
I
doing, Mike?
respect women.
They got that green soy titty milk.
women.
I respect women.
We respect women.
I respect women.
I respect.
Wow.
Now
Okay.
you're looping.
Now I'm looping. Wow. Wow.
Think out loud. They all look like abusers
Dega.
and molesters.
Oh, man. Oh, a Dega. Oh. Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Look at
Shockwave.
Shockwave.
Right
Look at Shockwave. Look at Shockwave. Read Shockwave.
Yep. Is it just me, or do some of these people look like they're on the sex offender registry list? Oh, that green soy titty milk is flowing. Why does it look like to me that they all breastfed until they were like 9?
Who said that?
Oh, I said that.
Here's the look at
time for lunch here.
24/7 Fusion Media thinks gonna have a heart attack and gonna have a coronary.
Oh shit!
My God, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna make a mix. I'm gonna make a house mix to it. I have my like DJ.
Oh, bird of prey! They were court ordered to say that. Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt it.
Lady Gravemaster. Ooh, there's a real quote.
Yeah, before our eyes, someone needs to save that little boy. Yes, damn straight, damn straight. Damn, was there a beta casting? Was there a beta cast for this, and they all showed up?
So let's go a little deeper. So what are these kids? First of all, they're not even 18. Most of them, it looks like they're not even 18. So let's get them to say this before they turn 18, so that way when they turn 18, they fill in the blank.
Feel completely emasculated and drink lots of green soy titty milk from Disney.
I can't say what Starry-Eyed Girl says because my cousin Jose Luis is here, but you can.
Thank you. Yes, Starry-Eyed Girl. Yes. Call me old-fashioned, but I want to be respected for me, because of me, and because I have earned it, not because I have a vagina. Damn straight.
Wow.
Heirs of Chaos, how about instead of telling me you respect
Show
me,
it.
you just respect me?
Oh, there you go. That's a good point. There you go. Yeah.
Must have been a requirement for their JV probation. Yeah. Yeah. No, blue milk was in the original Star Wars. Green titty milk was in the Last Jedi. So we go with green. Blue milk is actually what they were drinking at the dinner table in the Skywalker household on Tatooine. Green titty milk is that shit Luke drank off humanity. And he should have just hooked up to it, like directly up to it, instead of squirting it in a bottle.
Oh, no, I couldn't have handled that, dude. I had a Slurpee and popcorn, and no, I couldn't. No. I couldn't.
And that Dega Outlaw hits the nail on the head. Thank you so much, brother. Real men don't talk. They do.
Exactly.
And you know what? You know what, guys, for anybody out there that is wanting to do this, I haven't said this in a long time. For anybody out there wanting to do what me and Mexican Iron Man are doing right now, for anyone out there who wants to start a channel, for anyone out there that wants to stand up on their feet and say, I will be heard, just do it. Don't talk about it. Don't plan it. Don't raise the villagers in front of you and say, I am going to move a mountain. Just get out there and start moving and people will show up. Do you know what I did? I started moving the mountain on my own. I was moving the rocks one by one. Lori fucking Roberts showed up and said, what are you doing, Loki? I said, I'm going to move this mountain. And I'm just moving rocks. And she said, okay. And she picked up a rock. Then Mark showed up. Then the Valkyrie showed up. Then Starry showed up. Then Eris showed up. Then MB Geek. Then Mike. LDG. Captain Trek. People showed up because I was doing it. I wasn't talking about it. And now we're moving a fucking mountain together. And that mountain is the end of this SJW bullshit. It is the end of them destroying our movies, destroying our TV series, destroying our comics. All of this bullshit has to stop, all in the name of diversity. Do you realize what y'all are doing? How you are setting us back by saying we all have to be included, whether we're any good at anything or not. We all deserve trophies. All you're doing is setting this all back. That's all you're doing. You are going to destroy everything we have done in the last 200 years. In the name of diversity. And you know how many people are going to be pissed when they realize what you're doing in the name of diversity? Do you know how that's going to set people back even more when they realize that you're doing it in the name of diversity just to get your way? Let me tell you something. True diversity is having a house full of people that are just them. They don't have to pander. They don't have to kiss ass. They don't have to drink blue titty milk, green titty milk, whatever it is to be there. They're just there. And they're there because they're them. Each and every one of us is diverse in our own way. It doesn't matter what the hell your skin color is. We are all diverse in our own way. Because of our experiences, the life we've lived, we are all different. Doesn't matter what the hell your skin color is. Get the fuck over yourselves, because I'm sick and tired of this fucking bullshit of, well, you have to be this or you have to be that or blah, 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 blah. You don't give a shit about us. And you know what? We don't give a shit about you because it's all fake, woke, fucking pandering, and we are tired of it. True diversity is everyone. No limitations. And if you don't like it, well, I've got 2 words for you. Suck it.
These videos are tremendous. Like, comment, and subscribe, and hammer that notification bell.